Despite entering another season with a cloud of turmoil hanging over them, the Philadelphia 76ers haven't missed a beat. With Joel Embiid still playing at an MVP level, Tyrese Maxey establishing himself as a secondary star, and Nick Nurse taking over coaching duties, Philly has more than just survived the departure of James Harden. The thriving Sixers already look the part of a contender, and they'll have plenty of flexibility to get even better this summer. But that doesn't mean they should sit this trade deadline out. Daryl Morey should strike while the iron's hot and try to finish the job this year. It's tempting to maintain the status quo and avoid rocking the boat when a team is rolling like Embiid's Sixers are. As one of 3 teams in the league that rank top 6 in offense and defense, why fix something that clearly isn't broken? That goes double for a team with the tremendous flexibility Philly has this summer. But I'd argue that flexibility is exactly why the Sixers should feel emboldened right now.
Think of the flexibility.
It's rare for a team this good to have this many team-building options in front of them, as the Harden trade left Philly with the picks and expiring mid-sized salaries to trade for an impact player. If Morey plays his cards right, targeting the right kind of player on the right kind of contract, the Sixers could make a significant in-season upgrade now and still be major players in free agency. They don't have to jeopardize the cap space they've been so careful to accumulate and preserve. Impact player also doesn't have to mean all-star. The player that comes to mind is Alex Caruso, but he won't come cheap. The Bulls reportedly wanted multiple first-round picks for him leading up to the 2023 deadline. And though there's one less year remaining on his phenomenally team-friendly contract today, Caruso's value might actually be even higher now.
Is he worth this?
With OG Anunoby off the board, Caruso is likely the best defensive player and most seamless plug-and-play star left on the trade market. And it's impossible to overstate how advantageous his contract would be to the club that acquired him. The veteran guard's under team control for next season on a partially guaranteed salary of only $9.9 million, which accounts for less than 7% of next year's projected cap. That's a stunning bargain, and it helps explain why multiple first-rounders and a promising youngster might be the going rate for someone who's never averaged even 10 points per game. Though DeAnthony Melton, and to a lesser extent Patrick Beverley, have given the Sixers a sample of what the bigger Caruso provides, Caruso operates on another level as a 3-and-D guard with some off-the-dribble juice. He's one of the very best on-ball perimeter defenders, can guard up in size and position, and he wipes out passing lanes with the best of them. He's among maybe a handful of guards who are capable of anchoring a defense. Pairing him with Embiid would give the Sixers an almost unfair foundation on that end of the court. On offense, Caruso's a no-nonsense fit who understands his role, with the ability to play off a lead guard like Maxey or prop up bench lineups. He can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim, but his three-point shooting is what tips the scales. Among 163 qualified shooters this season, Caruso's three-point percentage ranks 23rd, which only becomes more impressive when you consider that he's been uncharacteristically cold from the corners. Caruso basically does everything Melton does, at least a little better. And those seemingly incremental upgrades make a big difference when the margins between victory and agonizing defeat shrink in the playoffs. He'd push Melton to the bench for a loaded Sixers team this year, while replacing the pending free agent next season.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together. This is it.
As presently constructed, the Sixers don't need to acquire another star to win the franchise's first championship since 1983. Adding a player of Caruso's two-way caliber without sacrificing any significant rotation players could be enough to finally put Embiid's team over the top. The fact Caruso's under contract for next season rather than just a rental makes it an even sweeter deal. In theory, the Sixers could trade for Caruso now, still sign a max-level star and add quality depth during the offseason, and then re-sign Maxey using bird rights, cementing a contending-level core through the remainder of Embiid's prime. Even if the prospect of paying 3 max stars is untenable in the modern tax world, and the Sixers merely want to use their 2024 cap space to build the best possible supporting cast of role players around Embiid and Maxey, what better way to start than with a 3-and-D stud on one of the league's biggest bargain contracts?
That's a great idea.
A great plan.
Teams in the thick of their championship windows should never take anything for granted. Even the best laid off-season plans can go awry. You could have great intentions on June 30th and wake up with nothing to show for it on July 1st, with your top targets all off the board. Save for maybe Bulls teammate DeMar DeRozan, you could argue Caruso's better than any free agent who's likely to actually change teams this summer. Are the Sixers, who haven't been to a conference final since 2001 and who would still be underdogs against Boston and Milwaukee, okay with the status quo? Is Embiid? Just months ago, some were asking whether another postseason flameout could push the big man to ask for a trade. Things move quickly in the NBA. Morey's Sixers can't afford to get complacent. There's at least one more move for them to make. Go get it done.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button.